Hey guys, it's me, McKenna James Bates. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you as a joke, right? By the way, this joke isn't original. It's apparently by this guy who doesn't really want to do racist jokes because he doesn't believe in racism. He believes in race pride. Anyway, his well, I watched one video of him and I've only seen him once in that video. I guess he seems funny then. Anyway, this is his joke that he made up that I'm gonna share. And for people who've already seen this joke, which I'm about to tell, I'll probably just make you remember it, or I hope I make it funny. Anyway, joke time. Okay, so 4 people, right? They're standing up on top of a high mountain. Let's just say Mount Stewart. Anyway, I don't know if I've said this already. The 4 people on the mountain is a white man, a black man, an Asian, and a Hispanic, right? So Hispanic says, "This is for my people," jumps off the mountain. The Asian says, "This is for my people," jumps off the mountain. The black man says, "This is for my people," grabs the white dude and throws him off the mountain. I hope I made you laugh. Some of you are probably laughing right now. Anyway, instead of just creating 2 separate videos, how about 2 jokes in one video? Okay, apparently this is a true story told by Michio Kaku, who's like a physics teacher, does science of the impossible, or physics of the impossible, sorry, on a sci-fi channel. I'll watch this stuff on YouTube. It's really interesting. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Anyway, true story that he told during a physics presentation. He said that around about 200 years ago, there was like an execution, like a beheading ceremony, where the devices where people get their heads down, like on that I don't know, put them through that neck slot thing or whatever, and then the blade comes down and chops their head off. Anyway, I hope you get that thing. Anyway, right? So a priest, a lawyer, and a theoretical physicist. They get the priest up, and they ask the priest. Well, I should specify. And the executioner asked the priest, "Do you have any last words before we cut your head off?" And the priest said, "Yeah, I have some last words. The Spirit of God shall set me free." So they raised the blade. It went to the top of the beheading device, and it dropped and it stopped right before it got to his neck. Right? The people have never seen that before. Thousands of people they've killed with that device, and this is the first time this has happened. And then the crowd's like, "Let the man go! God has spoken! Let him go free!" And now the blood loss was starting because the lawyer was being brought up, and the crowd was like, "Yes, the lawyer! The lawyer!" Anyway, they're like, the executioner is like, "Do you have any last words before we cut your head off?" And the lawyer says, "Yes, I have some last words. I don't know much about God, but maybe the spirit of justice shall set me free." So they raise the blade, gets to the top of the beheading device. It drops and it stops right before it got to his neck. And so they let the lawyer go. And then the crowd's like, "God has spoken. Justice has spoken. Now let's see about that theoretical physicist." So they get the theoretical physicist up. And, they do the same thing, put him in the beheading device. And the executioner asks him, "Do you have any last words before we cut your head off?" And then the theoretical physicist thought for a while, and then he said, "Yeah, I have some last words. I don't know much about God, and I know even less about the law, but I do know one thing. If you look up, you'll notice that the rope is stuck on the pulley. Now, if you relieve the rope, the blade should come down far enough to cut my head off." Big mistake. So, the rope came down. The blade came down. The poor theoretical physicist's head came down. And the moral of the story is, sometimes you have to know when to keep your mouth shut. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell this one last joke before I end the video. Now, this joke is original. Okay. But it's like a question joke. It's like, how high is a midget? Oh wait, hold on. I hope this isn't offensive. Just like, this isn't intended to be this joke isn't intended to be offensive or anything. Sorry if I offend anyone in any accidental way. This is original, and if you get offended, just leave it in the comments below. I'll take your concerns into consideration. Anyway, I'll just tell the joke. How high is a midget? Stoned. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video there. Okay. See you guys. McKenna James Bates out. Or as I like to call myself, the chosen one.